Let's say you have some decision, it's like this or that. It's like not right or wrong, but it's like you're trying to find out what's right for you kind of thing. It's like whether this is right or this is right, they're both good options. Where do you go from that? Because in our life, many things come up that we need to make decisions on and be confident in those decisions. So learning how to make decisions and being confident in knowing that it's the right thing for you is an important thing to do, instead of just going off of what other people think, being swayed this way and that way and this way. Because that's what I feel like I've done with certain things. Like, for example, I'm getting a iPad Air Pro or a MacBook, and they're both really good options, but I have to decide what is better suited for my needs and what qualities I like better. So it's like, yeah, they're both good. Maybe one is better in this aspect and one is better in this, and hey, maybe overall this is like up here, but maybe this has features that I want or something like that. So it's like deciding that, but I've been like getting other people's opinion, like, hey, how do you like this? And everyone's gonna have an opinion on something. They won't necessarily see the things you're looking for with them, qualities and features. So they are looking at it from their perspective and what works for them and what they like. Like my uncle, he's like a computer guy. He's like all about computers, and he's like, oh, MacBook Pro all the way, totally best. But then I'll talk to other people, it's like, oh, I love this feature and that, and it's like, oh, definitely this, because it's so much simple and easier, and the pen and all that. Everyone's gonna have different options and stuff. So many factors play into these decisions of this or that. It's like no one can choose for you, but they can advise you like what works best for them, or what they think is better, what the majority think is better. But it still comes down to the specific features you like, needs that it will provide you, and you're the only one who can make that decision at the end of the day. So think about that in like almost all areas of life. When it comes to you and your decision in your life, that's what it kind of comes down to. Deciding the factors, weighing out the pros and cons and what you like, what excites you the most, and just seeing those different viewpoints and options, and doing your research yourself, truly like finding out what you think and what best fits your needs. Like I have so many other examples I can use. When I was looking for a van or a SUV, it's like so many factors played into it. It's like, oh my gosh, this or that and this or that. It's like this one can lead me this area in life, and if I do this, then I'll go here and probably do this and that and that. So it's like such a big thing sometimes, but at the end of the day, when you make your decision, you gotta make it with that confidence that you made that decision for a purpose. That decision is right for you at that time. It cannot be wrong because you made that. That doesn't mean it will be the best decision you all ever make all the time. Like say, hey, I got a van. Oh, later decided I didn't want it and decided to switch it for an SUV. Then it doesn't make that choice wrong. You learn from it, and you just like, you found out more. You like actually made this decision and learned more and decided from there. It's like, that's how we go about life. You can't just ask, please give me a sign, like, oh, show me if it's a van or an SUV. Like, you gotta expect the, I don't know, sign to come, but it can't really be outside of you. It's like, okay, you see a van go by, oh, it's like, oh, that's my sign. You can decide if that's your sign. Like, okay, yeah, if you decide that's your sign, then, and you feel so good about it, like if you feel like that sign is from God and you feel so good about it, then why is it not your sign? Like, go for it. Or you can just say, you know what, I just decide this other one, and decide with confidence and just know that it's right for you because you made it. Because literally you're the only person that can actually make the decision for you. I'll read this. It's what I wrote down. If some decision you make really turns totally upside down, is it a sign to choose something else? Or is it you being tested on the situation? Is God testing you to see how committed you are or is it God telling you to try another way? So that can be really confusing. It's like, oh God, what are you doing? You might think it's hard to know. So you can get so caught up in which one it is, and it's like, oh, this or that, you're telling me both. Or you can finally realize that it is either giving you both. What if you see both signs? Then it's like, obviously, if you're seeing both, if you see both as right, it's like, then maybe it's like a sign that either is right. They're both good options. At that point, he's wanting us to choose. It's like, he's not gonna choose for you. He's not gonna just tell you the right one. He gave you that decision so you can choose. He gave you both decisions because he knew that either one would be right for you. Either one you chose. Literally is because you decide it is, whichever one. That's why he does it. It's not just one way is right and one way is wrong. It just depends on you, your situation, how you go about it. If it's bringing you joy and benefiting you, making you learn and grow, God lets us make that decision. Whatever it is, it's right for us, the one we make, because we have to go through that process of making those decisions. If there comes a consequence or something that's less unfortunate about that decision, does that mean it's wrong? No, I don't think so. You decide that it was wrong for you, and you were meant to make that wrong decision.